Well, they were right to a point. Yes, it's getting dampened out here. Of course, I said they were right to a point. Last time I checked the hourly, there was 0% chance at 7 a.m. and this is 6 a.m. So after 7 a.m. was when the rain was supposed to start. You know how they are. Anyway, happy Monday, everybody. See what happens today. Besides some rain. I think Becky slept good. I think I slept good too. I don't know. I didn't get out of bed when I was going to. Simply because time change messes me up. Usually I run that, so I keep that up here. That kind of screws up the audio for video. And yes, these girls are still at one full bucket. And this stuff weighs 40 pounds per bucket. So you can do the math and see how much they're getting. There's 15 in here. Girls. And that'd be 2 buckets a day, so roughly 80 pounds. Keeping in mind it's less expensive feed. I mean, volume-wise, even expensive stuff would be a bucket full. And you're off your strike, huh? You're going to come back up and see me instead of standing in the background? Come here, you. There, I got her ear. But the more expensive stuff would be, you know, lots more. And keep in mind, not as good a feed. They just eat a little more to get the same thing done. Unless you really get shitty feed, then they eat a lot more and doesn't necessarily get it done. So I'm going to get it done. And I don't know what's with her. She always hangs back there. She's not one to come up. When I get halfway down that second section and feed her, she'll be passing into the third section, and I don't go that far. Then she'll turn around, oh, I got to come back to eat. And speaking of 111J, there's the cow. Where'd you go? Right there. Ready to pull out. Becky's going for a walk. It's starting to sprinkle again. She may get wet, she may not. Not sure if I got this figured out or not, but those are the pieces I cut off of that crate, whatever you want to call it, that I think the mower for the skid steer was in when we got it. Just not sure which way to point that thing. I would think it'd be more stable if you're pulling straight off. I'm just not sure. I'm going to see what I can do anyway. I scratched my head and scratched my head and scratched my head and gave up. So that's what I did. Because it doesn't matter how that mounts. And hopefully it'll be stronger that way actually, because the weight of it will be that way, which should be strong enough, I hope. I'll mount it to the other side. Partially because to get the spacing I needed, I wanted to leave room to put the wand back on here, put the saddle for it back on. So paint can dry, then I can drill some holes, get everything hooked back up on it. And yes, that's my spark arrestor to the gas tank. When I did the top one, I had it flat on top. The doing down here, I welded around the corner inside. So I ticked it down some. Always be safer on that shit. Even though that new crap don't burn anyway, but although this doesn't have the ethanol in it, this has got real gas. It's just that it's, you know, such low octane it still don't burn. But then we put the octane boost in and a stable boost in, and then there's enough octane, so this probably does burn. Anyway, I'm gonna grab me some lunch, see how Becky's doing, and hey, maybe get you a little shot of Blakely and Wyatt, since I haven't done that yet today. Told you I'd get you some video. I better hurry up and do it. Look at that snazzy outfit. She's picking her toys up and putting them away because
I gotta go take care of Pumpkin, my sick calf.
Yep, Ty's got a sick calf. Little Pumpkin's got pneumonia.
She was fine last night. Walking there this morning, she's laying down, sprawled out like she's dead and breathing heavy.
Yeah, that's how it hits them this time of year. Kind of like the wrong time in the spring.
Go pick up your chicken.
And Maury's homesick. He went to the ER last night.
Yeah, viral junk.
Some kind of viral junk he's got. He went through all the BS. Everything's fine. He just feels like crap. And
he's coughing so hard it's making his chest hurt really bad. Which he goes from having a little cold to bronchitis, and then bronchitis for 2 days, then pneumonia.
So that's why he went in last night, but he was good.
Hey, can you go grab your other basket?
And then we got these two. The big one says she's still feeling better. And the little one, look at that face. He's getting ready to grow again. He's chubbied up. You don't get mad because I get YY on video. You be quiet, let him sleep. He's being a good quiet boy. So, oh, look, the eyes opened. Yeah, she's doing better, so she says. It's been a drippy day. Probably going to be a drippy week by the looks of things. Go figure. But at some point we'll get some pipe out of the 3/4 piece and one way or another get a pasture harrow run over the hay fields, at least. It's going to make a mess doing it, but it's going to smooth it out too. So, and we may end up spreading manure making ruts. Wouldn't be the first time. Hey, look, zip ties. Now I just need some duct tape, right? I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the rest of that. We like to hang them so that they're hanging down. And when you hook up to it, it's, you know, it's not on the ground. I still got to tighten it up where it goes into the pump yet. And that's there. Move the stop so it lays about as good as it's going to lay. I did move the rollers from where they were. I think that's a good enough spot because you're not pulling up on it. It's always going to hang down on it. It's tightened there, it's hooked up there. That's just where it's going to lay. 4 3/8 bolts. And I was worried that that might try to wiggle a little bit, but I wasn't too worried about it. Yeah, it don't wiggle, but that sure as hell does. And it works. So hopefully that'll help Ty not only, it's at a 65-foot hose, and I think at best we'd had like 2 25-foot pieces spliced together. I know we had a 50-footer around for a while, but you know, they only last so long. And that reel will hold more than 65 feet. We could even go to a bigger hose and still have plenty on it. But I just haven't figured where I'm going with that. I'll tie it somewhere anyway. And really, it's 2 hoses on here. and it only needs one, but the reason there's two is it'll set close enough to the hydrant by the cow trough to hook to it. If it just had one, you couldn't hook direct to it. So that is why we've had that on there. Otherwise, we hook to the big hose at the machine shed, and it might just work this way. Now, I don't know if I can get it to stay here without thumping the phone and thumping myself in the face. There, look at that. Pretty much ready for winter. I know, I don't know how bad it is this way yet. Yeah, that ain't bad. You know, added extra weight to the very front, but it isn't bad. And then, I ain't got squat done. I got back in here and had most of this hooked up and got a phone call and spent the last half hour, 45 minutes, whatever it's been on the phone. That's all right. Got to keep caught up with the neighbors. He asked me about 10 questions, and I gave him answers that'll get him going in the right direction. And I had 2 questions I was going to ask him. Going to ask him if he wanted some pallets and some tote bags. He says, sure, you got more? I said, yep, take the bags with them. And the other question I was going to ask him was how things were going at his neighbor's, because we farm his neighbor's place, and 4 times in the last month, fire department's been up there on medical emergencies, and neither one of them are in really good health. She's a cancer survivor, and you know that left her about as big around as that wand. And I didn't know it until she was telling me one day he's diabetic and doesn't necessarily take care of himself. And she was in better shape than he was. She was all worried about him. That's been a couple years ago. But anyway, I didn't ask him, and he would be the one that would know, because he knows pretty much everything up on the hill. Plus half of what happens down here. If he doesn't know, he calls. So, and I got to get a hold of Ty, because she left an hour and a half ago. I don't know if she went and fed the back barn or not, because I didn't even see her leave. I just know she's gone. Look at that. They weren't in here. I had to holler for them. Then they come a-running. And yes, I had to turn the lights on so I could see to fill their bucket, and so I can see to walk the plank. And no, Ty did not feed the back barn. And I went up to lock the pups up so I could feed in here and let Rainey out so she could get her dinner, and Scamazon showed up. Although that's not what Becky was waiting for. She's waiting for an order from Chewy for them old cats in the house so they can have some food they can eat. Oh well. Anyway, I might get you another shot before I'm done. We'll see. There we go. Since they're in, you can see them. Hope standing right there at that little gate. Looks kind of like Sapphire right behind her. Yeah. Gotta think serious about getting manure spread, but I'm looking at literally a day with the loader before we start spreading. I'll probably lock the cows back there so they're out of the way and so they don't muck it up, because the top half of this lane is just as bad as the cow lot. Just had a little rain and a little shit. Nothing but a mess. So all this has got to get scooped off before we can start. And cow lot's got to get clean before we can start. Actually, I shouldn't say that, because we'll start at the other end in the calf barn so that we can move the steers. The steers are going to reside with the heifers. I don't have any choice, because there isn't room back here to stuff them anywhere. And we'll probably spread that on the neighbors. Reason being, Even with this all cleaned up, by the time we get in with the spreaders, it makes a total mess all the way through here. And then you can't really clean it up without scooping a bunch of rock. But if we go out the driveway and stay on good sod at the neighbors, we hardly drop anything on the, we're not coming in and out muddy or manure-y. It needs it anyway. We used to save that for cleaning the calf barn in the winter. Had someplace close we could go with it. Come on in, Red. Hi, guys. What do you guys think? Huh? What do you think? Well, yeah, I figured you'd just think shit. You're a dumbass anyway. High-headed little bugger. You, though, you're friendly enough. You lost your tag. Where's your tag? How am I going to know who you are with no tag? I'm going to throw a guess out. I'm going to say 241, but don't quote me on that. I know 241's back here, and he's one of the friendlier ones. And I know that one's not 241. And I know that one back there is not 241. That one I don't know about. Hey, Wally. Wally wants some dinner? Yeah? How about you, cowboy? Wally's not going to do it tonight. Wally will usually, while he's waiting, turn a circle. Well, I guess not tonight, huh, buddy? That's okay. And Cowboy, I guarantee, has his head where his mineral feeder goes, which is, well, that one's actually Wally's. The other one's, oh, yeah, the other one's over there somewhere. Let's see, which works out good because his head's not in the way, so I don't dump the grain on top of it. And Red Man comes in here and sneaks whatever got spilt. Don't you, buddy? Well, now I gotta lean over in there twice and it's getting low. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope y'all had a great day. I don't even know what day it is. I can't even see it on my watch. It's either Monday or Tuesday, whichever day it is. Hopefully tomorrow's a great day too. I think it's Monday. So in that case, have a great Tuesday. If I'm wrong, sorry.